Steven Crowder exposing the woke right and Candace Owens, exposing her for lying about World War III, saying that Trump is going to get you into World War III by attacking Iran, when in reality, none of that happened. Check it out.
Let's go through the examples. Candace Owens said over and over again that President Trump would send you to die for Israel, for the Jews. I'm reading her actual ex-posts. Get ready, white American men. It's time for you to go die for Israel again. If you don't want to die for Israel, then you are an anti-Semite. Sign up to die in Iran for Netanyahu today, or just admit you hate Jews. Here's another one. They tried to redefine anti-Semitism, criminalize criticism of Israel on college campuses. Not true. Most crucially, seed the idea that the declaration of Christ as our king amounted to hatred against Jews. Also not accurate. All of this was done in preparation for the Greater Israel agenda, regarding which they attempted to emotionally manipulate Americans to accept. The conspiracy theorists were right again. It was always about a planned war with Iran and a doomed, heretical belief that mass slaughter of women and children is messianic. Let me read that again. It was always about a planned war. Where's the planned war?
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah. This wasn't presented as an opinion. This was presented to you as fact. And I had many people go, this is clearly a planned war for Israel. That's clearly what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to get us in. Is that what you're seeing? If it's not what you're seeing, this was dishonest. Here's another one. Our foreign policy is dictated by Israel. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That seems like it's dictated by Israel.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Deception.
Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. Don't drop the bombs. Okay, we won't. That sounds to me like one person's in charge. And here's the thing. That's a good thing. Shouldn't we be happy about this, guys? Shouldn't we be happy that Donald Trump at a certain point had enough and said jump, and they said how high? Both sides. Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. If you want to know what America will do, spare yourself the fake White House press briefings and start listening to Bibi. We are a colony of Israel. Your politicians are bought and paid for. Taking separate components, there are politicians bought and paid for by AIPAC, by the way. I can't stand AIPAC for the same reason that I hate Act Blue. They support Hakeem Jeffries. But combining that and saying that we are a colony of Israel, and spare yourself the fake White House press briefings. Also implications that everything here, everyone who disagrees, was fake. If it seems like I'm being harsh, it's because you were told that the people telling you the truth were fake, and the algorithm amplifies it, and it made your life worse, and it embarrassed you. You get it? By the way, the worst part is you don't even get to celebrate the win. No war. Good, done. No nukes in Iran. Great. America is a colony of Israel. Spare yourself all the other fake information and know that you're going to go die for Israel, which ultimately led to an entire coalition demanding the impeachment of the man you voted for. Candace Owens legitimately told service members that they should seek a dishonorable discharge, which, by the way, wouldn't be a dishonorable discharge. If you look at the way she described it, it would be desertion over a war that wasn't happening.
LG19 writes, serious question, will there be jobs or community military members can join when I get a dishonorable discharge for not contributing to delete people or my body for the interests of a certain foreign nation benefit? I love this question. I do believe that if war in Iran is on the agenda, and that appears so, get dishonorably discharged. Who cares? Who cares? Why should you go die in a foreign land? You now have the benefit of 2020. You can see, think about those men and those women who died because they were pitched that they were serving their country because there were weapons of mass destruction, right? They were serving their country because the Taliban, they were serving their country, whatever, and these people gave up their lives. And ask yourselves, for what?
Yeah, desert for a war that's not even happening. And here's the thing. Yeah, I get it. X isn't real life. But it turns into real life if people believe it. And some soldiers, I guarantee you, believed it. Some soldiers still fell for it. Some are still falling for it. Like Private who is still AWOL and doesn't know the war is over, anti-Semitic Jim. This guy got the short end. He doesn't.
Hates Jews.
Look,
In an attic.
people make mistakes. If it was all a mistake, just say it. Serve your audience. Serve the country, Candace.
Yeah, she is not going back. She has gone over the edge and is going full speed. Regardless of all the people paging her, Candace, you're sounding a little bit crazy now. And this guy, notice, this guy is not a pro-Israel guy. Steven Crowder he's middle of the road at best, and if not, he sort of criticizes Israel a little bit too much for my liking. He's middle of the road. He's not crazy for Israel. He's not waving his Israeli flag. He's not doing any of that. He's not a Charlie Kirk type of guy. He's a little bit more, sort of in the middle and even leaning towards the America First isolationist party. But, and a big but, he is not a Candace. He is not to her level. She has gone literally further than anybody else has. And the number one way she's an anti-Semite, I think a lot of people get all mixed up. But she said this, she said that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. She could say that you shouldn't say any of those things. She could say you're taking it out of context. You had to watch all of her episodes to figure that out. And then she really meant this or whatever, right? Fine. That's all fine. All you have to do is look at how often she tweets about Jews and about Israel. Look at how often she has her show based on Jews and Israel. 90% of her talking points are Israel, Jews, Israel, Jews, Israel, Jews. That's 90% of it. But no, she's not an anti-Semite. So that's obviously an indication of somebody that's obsessed with Jews. That's number one. Number two, she wrote in a tweet the other day that I think somebody wrote Netanyahu is what the media wanted you to believe Vladimir Putin was. Meaning Netanyahu is like Vladimir Putin, what everybody thinks Vladimir Putin is. So this person is trying to indicate that Netanyahu is way worse than Putin, and Putin actually isn't that bad. Now, Candace Owens replies to that tweet. She says, no, actually, I think Benjamin Netanyahu is what high school wanted me to believe Adolf Hitler was. So now she's not comparing Netanyahu to Hitler. In fact, she is going a step further. She is saying that he is only what high school wanted her to believe, Adolf Hitler was. Meaning, actually, she feels like Adolf Hitler, not such a bad guy. That's her position. And Benjamin Netanyahu is worse than him. Far worse. Unfreaking believable. Total mask off moment there. And Steven Crowder pulling up her tweets and saying, listen, you said this, you said this, you said this. You were wrong about it all. Why don't you come out and apologize or say that you were wrong? No, I'm not wrong. And she keeps on going down the cliff of Jew hatred and abyss. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos and support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. You can also go to our channel memberships page and join there as well. Thank you for watching and have a good one.